And now we have a surprise guest here on the Dan Patrick Show, a guest who's never made an appearance on a show that I've hosted before, a guest that doesn't even talk to me when he sees me in locker room, Scott Brooks from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hey, Scotty.
Chris, what's happening? Surprise, huh?
Big surprise. Scott, we're having some fun with some of your numbers during the break. How many block shots do you think you had in your career?
Block shots in my career, I had 26.
No, official stats say 30. 30 block shots.
Wow, it's pretty close.
Yeah, have you ever blocked a shot of, say, a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Describe it. Tell me what you did.
Well, Patrick Ewing had the ball going up to dunk, and I met him at above the rim, not quite above the square.
You did not meet him above the rim.
What do you think? Every block I had is a block below the waist. They were going up for the shot. And I call those strips, but a lot of times I call those steals. A lot of times they gave me blocks.
So have you ever had a legitimate block when you look back and say, man, I just swatted that?
I don't remember. Come on.
Oh, come on. If you had a real block, you would have remembered it. I bet you would have remembered it. Oh, let me switch to let me ask you about well, go ahead.
No, I don't remember.
He's Oklahoma City head coach Scott Brooks here on the Dan Patrick Show. Scott, I'll change it to dunking. Have you ever dunked in a game?
I've never dunked in a game, but I've dunked in practice, and I've dunked in pregame warm-ups.
Have you ever dunked on someone in practice?
Never dunked on. No, never.
Did you ever try to dunk on someone?
I never played against you, though.
That's
true.
true.
I never played against you.
That's true. Have you ever tried to dunk on someone, though, in practice?
Yes.
Who?
It was in a junior college. You wouldn't know.
No. So you never tried in the NBA? You never saw, one of the Vernon Maxwell when you're playing with the Rockets? You never went after him and tried to dunk on him?
That was the wrong guy to go after.
I would think so. He's Scott
Never
Brooks.
Never tried in a game. Actually, I tried in a game one time in college. I stole the ball. We're up 20. I went to go dunk the ball. I got off of 2 feet, went up with 2 hands. The ball went about 40 feet in the air, and that was my last time.
Oh, boy. He's Scott Brooks, head coach, Oklahoma City Thunder. Scott, I want to ask you about your thoughts on a Super Bowl position. Where you're Jim Harbaugh and you're the coach of a team that loses on a controversial play where a penalty or a foul should have been called. How do you get over that?
Well, it's going to be tough to get over, but you have to, as the leader of the team, you have to get over it because the players are looking at you. If you're not going to get over it, it's going to linger on all off season and going into next season. You have to get over it. That's part of the game. There's never, that's part of it. You have to live with it. It's a tough part of it. There's no question, but you have to be a man enough to step up in front of the team and say, hey, that's part of the game, and let's move on to the next season.
Do you lobby for calls during a game?
Lobby. If I see something that the referees didn't say, I definitely bring it up. But you can't dwell on it. It's a quick basketball. It's such a high-paced game, and there's so many opportunities for the referees to make calls. You can't make every call. You just have to play through it and play hard and play as best you can.
Scott, Kevin Durant says he needs to just shut up and play. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, that's my philosophy with all of our guys. Our job is to play. My job is the coach. The referee's job is the ref. And I think we've done a pretty good job with that. Kevin's an emotional guy. He doesn't always show it, but I like that stance. I'm with him on that. That's how we approach every game. Just play the game, do your job, and try to do as best you can.
Yeah, he's got 9 technical fouls this year, though, Scotty. What's gotten into him this year that wasn't there the last couple of years?
He's definitely showing more emotion. I think rightfully so. The referees, they see it. They need to do. I think they do a good job with all the players in this league. If you complain too much, they have to put you back into your right position, and you need to just play. Kevin is definitely flirting with that area that we have to be concerned with because 9 is too many, and we've talked about it, and hopefully he does a good job of controlling his emotions. But I like emotional players. I like players that are going to compete. I don't want to ever say, man, I wish this guy had some more emotion, and we don't have players on our team like that.
Do you think he gets the same calls that a Kobe Bryant gets, that a LeBron James gets?
I can't complain much about. He's one of the league leaders in free throw attempts. and rightfully so. He's an aggressive player, and he's a skilled player, and he puts the ball on the floor. He attacks the rim. He scores in transition. So, obviously he's going to get more free throws than normal players in this league because he's a great player. They all do. All the great players get free throw attempts for a reason because they're great. Role players can't do what the great players do, and they're never going to get those opportunities.
That was a phenomenal way of not answering the question, Scotty. Come on, does he get the same call? Does he get the same? Should he get more?
Hey, I like him to get more calls. Yes.
All right, okay.
But I mean, he's like the top free throw shooters in the league. What do I want? I want him to lead the league by 6 free throws per game. I mean, that's not going to happen. He's leading the league in scoring. He's getting enough. He just has to keep playing hard, and keep playing on the defensive end. That's what makes us a good team.
You're a game and a half out now of the top spot in the Western Conference, yet it doesn't seem like anyone outside of me acts like you exist because everybody's focused on the Lakers right now. I mean, do you like the fact that you're sort of flying under the radar even at this point?
Yes, I think San Antonio's doing the same thing. We're both having great years, but I know as our organization, we don't care about what the people think. We just focus on how we play, and we want to keep playing better as the season goes along. And come playoff time, hopefully we're playing good basketball. And we have to stay healthy. You
like the Lakers drama a little bit, though, right?
I follow the league, Chris. I follow the league just like you love the league. I love it. I follow every team, follow all the players. There's no question that they're having some struggles right now. But when you lose your best players to injury, it's hard to win in this league. It's hard to win when you have all your players. And Nash misses a bunch of games. Gasol's missed a bunch of games, and Howard's missed a bunch of games. It has nothing to do with anything other than they're not healthy. If they're healthy, that's a heck of a team, and Coach D'Antonio's a great coach.
Biggest threat to you right now in the Western Conference?
I think the Western Conference is so good, it's hard to win on the road in this conference. It seems like all the most of the I think all the Western Conference other than one team is 500 or better at home. It's tough to win on the road. San Antonio is always tough. They're so good. They're so well coached. They're smart. And they know how to play, and they have great experience. Memphis is, they're just so big and strong and tough. I mean, there's so many teams. You have to play well, and you have to stay healthy.
You're just refusing to give me one team, aren't you?
Okay, San Antonio.
There it is.
They're always the team that it's hard to beat. They're so experienced, and they know how to play, and they never panic, and they just play so well together. They lead the league in assists.
Are you a better team right now with the group you currently have, or are you a better team last year when you had with the group that had James Harden off the bench?
That's a great question. I think, definitely with James, we were good enough to get to the finals. That remains to be seen. I like what we're doing. I like the improvement that Serge has made. I like the improvement that Russell and KD, they've come in both better players, better defenders, better leaders. But we have a good record now, but we want to win the championships just like all the other teams in this league, and we're going to keep working and we're going to keep building. Who knows? I think we're really good, but I think we still can get better. And I like the future of our team. We got a bunch of young players that are only going to get better.
Who do you expect to be playing in the finals?
Say that again.
Who do you expect to be playing in the finals?
We would love to get back there. There's in the East. There's so many teams that can get there. Obviously, New York is a team. Miami's obviously, but there's so many teams that have a chance to get there. It's tough to get there. A lot of things have to go well. You have to stay healthy. You have to have a break here or there. But I'm worried about us and how we play and how we can keep getting better the rest of the season.
Yeah, but you guys want a rematch, don't you?
We'd love to get back there, Chris. I just want to see you once again in June.
You're straight out of the Sam Presti playbook there, Scott. I got to tell you, you're reading right off the play cards. Hey, I want to give you a shot at answering our poll question today. Perloff, you want to give him the poll question?
If you could give one young quarterback a 6-year deal, who would it be? Your choices are RG3, Andrew Luck, Colin Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, or Cam Newton.
Oh, I love RJ3. I love his leadership. I love his playmaking. I just love the way he communicates with his team. I love the way he communicates with his coach, and he seems like a great kid on top of that.
Well, Scott, next time I come by Oklahoma City, I'll be sure to introduce myself to you, as we've never met and never talked before this current moment. Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
All right, Chris. Thanks. Have a good day.
That's Scott Brooks, head coach, Oklahoma City Thunder.